Higher Basis now has 21,000 plus users registered, job seekers. However, we are not anywhere near as successful as we could be. And here's why I'm saying this. If I could take myself right now, go back in time, talk to myself back when I just had this idea and got it started, and knew all the things I knew then that I know now, of course, we would be way ahead. Even 2 months ago, what I was saying, the ignorance that I had then compared to what I have now is quite significant, but I am still supremely confident at the future prospects of Higher Basis. I'm going to talk about, in this video, the founders of Airbnb, their story, a little bit, just really quickly, and how it resonated very heavily with me. And also, I'm going to talk about the fact that I'm not going to do an interview program series. I axed that idea. Maybe you could say it's on a back burner. The redesign was anticlimactic, and I'll explain why, how excited I was about the redesign, and how it is not the panacea that I thought it would be. And then I'm also going to talk about how I am very confident about the prospects of Higher Basis and why, based on a new direction that we will take from a monetization perspective. The long-term monetization plans are still in place, but the short-term, it is going to be quite significantly changed and is going to be for the better. And then I'm going to talk about, well, I'm not going to tell you, it's a secret, but we've implemented a secret weapon which has tripled our job board traffic, and we're only just figuring this thing out. So it's very exciting. So with that said, starting off with Airbnb. So I was seeing this on-stage presentation by one of the founders of Airbnb on YouTube. Just search Airbnb startup story, and you should be able to find it. He's on stage, black background. It looks kind of like a TED Talk, but anyway. The basic story is this, which I'm not going to go into detail. You really should watch that video though. What resonated with me is the fact that they went through 3 redesigns before becoming successful. And even with a lot of venture capital funding and the backing of Y Combinator funds, they still had to figure it out. They had to go through this process of doing things to understand the user and how to improve their experience and how to improve their effectiveness. So these are all things that I understand at some point I'm going to need to do and focus more on. There's that. It's just interesting. One way that they initially got some funding though was they had to bootstrap fund themselves. And there's a very interesting story about the Democratic National Convention in Denver where they got a lot of attention by creating Obama O's cereal and Captain McCain cereal or something, and sending it to the media and getting attention that way. You need to listen to the presentation to really appreciate that. Now, the interview of entrepreneurs. Yes, I have some entrepreneurs that I could interview. I've gotten lined up. I told them about this idea. They were interested in it. But unfortunately, I'm going to put that on the back burner for now indefinitely. It would be interesting to create such a dynamic type of channel with entrepreneurs and sharing their experience. But I'm in my own process right now, and I'm focusing more heavily on that. I don't have enough time. I'm developing a law firm. I'm continuing to grow my immigration firm, which is bread and butter, bringing in the capital that I need as well to sustain and grow Higher Basis as well. I don't have the time to do more than that. I wish I did. Now, the redesign being anticlimactic. in the last video 2 months ago, I was saying that redesign is going to just catapult Higher Basis to new levels. It is a nice redesign, but there's some execution problems, there's some bugs still, and at the same time, there are UX issues that did not get resolved in the redesign. If you go off the main page, there's a lot of great improvements, and I'm happy with them. It's a lot more slick, it's a lot more clean, it's definitely an improvement, and it gives for a better user experience as you're digging into the site, going to different parts of it. Great. The main page though, guess what? The redesign did the opposite effect that I've desired, which is reduce the bounce rate, have people stay on the site longer on average, and have people access more pages on average. There are a few modals we need to fix and adjust and change on the site, and we have a grand plan to do all of those things. There are also UX issues that we discovered, and there's a really great solution to allow the user to basically manipulate a lot of different controls in a more compact way, which the user will understand. Because here's the basic issue. When you get onto Higher Basis, you see that chart, you see that it's a job board too. We're not really giving you much of a value proposition, explaining anything. It's like, we're a job board, go ahead, click find jobs, and you can find jobs, and if you find something, great. We need the front page to do very fundamental things. We need it to be very clear about the value proposition. Needs to be a bit more descriptive, a little bit. And the call to action, like I said, it should be very clear. We need to keep them focused though, by not giving too many things to manipulate. And so the front page has, a very detailed, dashboard, of functionalities for the job candidate search. It's a job board. And so I can't believe I'm saying this. And if I heard myself saying this at any time earlier than a week ago, I'd be like, what? You're thinking of that? Here's what I'm thinking of doing. Take the job candidate search chart off the front page. Yes, that's the crown jewel, but I'm moving it not to the front page. It should be. Now, a preview of it can be on the front page as you scroll down, but the actual usable chart should move somewhere else to the actual job candidate search function. So that needs to be done. The key features for search should be side scrollable so it can fit in one screen. But anyway, I don't want to belabor that point. Why am I so confident though about the monetization? See, the original idea is we were going to create jobs through EOR companies and we would take affiliate profits. The affiliate profit model is fine, it's good, but it's not really picking up. I'm having the same. This is why Airbnb's story was very compelling to me, because what they're experiencing, anemic, non-existent growth in certain departments, is exactly what I'm seeing too. And so you've got to figure out the right solution and the right way forward. And so I got to face the music. Higher Basis is a job board. So we need to monetize the exact same way that job boards monetize, which is pay for job posts. We can't do that yet. We want to keep Higher Basis free. I have this advantage. I can fund and keep Higher Basis running as a job board as long as I want. I don't need to generate revenues to do that. I'm fortunate to have that situation. Now, we just want to make it a better mousetrap. We want to make it better than every other job board. And here's the thing. Higher Basis is not just a job board. It's a job board. It's like, the remote job boards out there, like Flex Jobs and We Work Remotely. But better than them because we are also a skills-based hiring site. So we have skills tests that allow the user to show their level of skill in English proficiency and critical reasoning and data processing Other job boards don't have, no remote job board has it like we got it. They ain't got it like we got it. Number 3, we are a candidate search board. Remoteco.com is a competitor on that front. They have a job. It's more. It's not exactly a job board. It's more of a candidate search board. So we are a candidate search board, a job board, and a skills-based hiring platform as well. So, but we don't need to throw it all at the user right at the front page. We just need to have the buttons so that it's very obvious what they can click and use, and then they can go to those functions in more detail. We need to basically do that. And so HireBasis is going to look a lot more like a typical remote job board on the facade, with something that compels the user to use it more, because there's going to be that and a few other things. And that's how we are going to get the highest amount of traffic, quality traffic, than any other job board. Because that's the key. We just need better quality traffic. Finally, the secret weapon. I'm not going to let the secret out. But let's just say we are using a marketing technique and a marketing platform that is advertising platform that is very powerful, that has increased traffic 3-fold, and for a lot less than what we've been spending already for Google Ads. Leave it at that. I am very excited about the prospects. Once the site continues to get polished up, it can really take off. Just like Airbnb really took off when it just made the right tweaks. So that's all for now. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.